Rishi Sunak, the former British Prime Minister, is originally from India. A very brilliant young man. He never denigrated his nation of ancestry, nor poured venoms on India. Kemi Badenoch, the leader of the British Labour or Conservative Party. We are proud of her, in spite of her efforts at denigrating her nation of origin. She is entitled to her own opinions. She has even every right to remove the Kemi from her name. But that does not underscore the fact that the greatest black nation on earth is the nation called Nigeria.
There's absolutely nothing denigrating in what Kemi said about Nigeria. Why do politicians like to deceive themselves? Why do they like to live false lives? Who does Shettima think he's hiding what is happening in Nigeria from? Every country in the world knows the situation in Nigeria. There's no PR, there's no propaganda that is going to change it. They see it every day. Without even knowing what is happening in Nigeria, without even getting it from the news and journals, the mere fact that Nigerians troop into their countries every day, they come and overstay their visas, they refuse to go home, is just like a visitor that came to your house. He's refusing to go home despite you giving him all the signs to, hey, I want to go out, please do quick, you have to get going, but he refuses to go. That should tell you that this person doesn't have a good home, a home that is proud of, a home that is entertaining to keep him in that home. That should tell you his financial situation. So when people travel to foreign countries, in Europe, in America, in Asia, and they refuse to go home, they overstay their visas, they seek asylum when there is no war going on in their country, that should tell you all you need to know about their home countries. If they were doing well enough in their countries, they wouldn't have time to travel to another country to overstay a visa. If someone has a good paying job in his home country, maybe that person can only spare about 2 weeks or 3 weeks for holiday in a year. He wouldn't have time to overstay a visa. And besides, it was this good in Nigeria back in the 70s, back in the 80s. Nigerians used to travel to many countries visa-free or visa on arrival. When you land at a foreign airport, you are stamped into the country. They just ask you, how long are you staying? You will say, okay, I just want to stay a few days. They will give you 90 days, the maximum for visitors visa. Nigerians used to enjoy all this. What changed? It started when they noticed that Nigerians, when they enter their country, they refuse to go home, they overstay their visas. No country will tolerate that. So there's nothing to hide about the situation in Nigeria. Every country can feel it. They can see that Nigerians are suffering. Otherwise, why are they trooping to their countries and refusing to go home? There's something wrong in their country. That's why they are running away. They are seeking for greener pastures abroad. So the fact that Kemi expressed her feelings about Nigeria, there's nothing denigrating about it. Besides, she no longer sees herself as a Nigerian. She's British, by the way. She was born there. And if politicians really care much about the reputation of Nigeria, about their image, they should work on it. This is very simple. When you are doing better, when you are doing good and people are seeing it, foreign countries are seeing, these guys are really doing something good, they need to support them, you see people trooping in. You wouldn't need to spend billions of naira traveling abroad saying you are looking for foreign investors. You wouldn't need to do that. They will come on their own. Like P2B said in one of his speeches, he said that foreign investors are like bees. When they see honey, they go to where it is. So if you make your economy, if you make Nigeria a beehive, bees will come there. That's how it works. Now, let's see what Kemi said that provoked Shettima to say that she denigrated Nigeria. Kemi said, quote, "This is my country. I don't want it to become like the place I ran away from. I grew up in Nigeria and I saw firsthand what happens when politicians are in it for themselves, when they use public money as their private piggy banks, when they pollute the whole political atmosphere with their failure to serve others. I saw what socialism is for millions. I saw poverty and broken dreams. I came to Britain to make my way in a country where hard work and honest endeavor can take you anywhere. I grew up in a place where fear was everywhere. You cannot understand it unless you've lived it. Triple checking that all doors and windows are locked, waking up in the night at every sound, Listening as you hear your neighbors scream as they are being boggled and beaten, wondering if your home will be next. Now to how she reacted to what Shettima said. Her spokesperson said, quote, "Kemi is not interested in doing Nigeria's PR. She is the leader of the opposition in the UK. She tells the truth. She tells it like it is. She's not going to couch her words, and she stands by what she says," unquote. Whether you like what Kemi said or not, you must agree that there was a time in Nigeria it wasn't this bad. The question is, what changed? It's not as if there are no robberies in foreign countries, there are no violent crimes. No, they exist. But the difference is, there is confidence that they will be caught, that the police is always up and doing, making sure they solve crimes. Is that the case in Nigeria? Absolutely not. Many crimes go for ages without being resolved, without their bringing the criminals to justice. It's just like a jungle. You have to provide everything for yourself. You have to be like a mini local government in order to enjoy the social amenities that other countries take for granted. That's the absolute truth. You have to provide your own security, you have to provide your own water, your own electricity, and it depends on where you live. The community might contribute money to construct roads in your community. What is then the job of the government? Do they just sit by and be earning taxes and squandering them on themselves, living flamboyant lifestyles, while the public, the masses, continue to provide for themselves exactly what the government is supposed to provide for them? So if Shettima and other politicians are truly triggered by what Kemi said about Nigeria, they should start now. They don't need propaganda to promote Nigeria. They should start by doing all the right things. And since they are doing the right things, they will keep attracting people. People will be interested, will say, these guys are taking steps. Let's join in this emerging economy of Nigeria. But they will rather live large, live in 21 billion naira mansions, live extravagantly large, that an outsider might think, this country must be very, very rich. Imagine buying a new presidential jet when there is massive hunger in your country. Who are you trying to impress? You end up not impressing anyone. Rather, they will mock you. They will say, this one, he's living a fake life, buying new jets, wasting all the money while his people are suffering. He's not adding any value to the economy. He's not creating any jobs. So who is the chief demarketer of Nigeria? It's not Kemi. It's not the average Nigerian who is escaping poverty in Nigeria to greener pastures in foreign countries. It is the politicians who are living in a bubble, in another planet, thinking that everything is happening, everything is okay with Nigeria. They can waste all the money and the resources. They don't need to even make a single effort to create jobs, to create an economy that will accommodate everyone, whoever you are, whatever you're doing. Your job and wages supposed to take you home. Does it happen in Nigeria? Absolutely not. Look at what is happening in Argentina. Someone that came to power in December last year, 6 months after Tinubu.
Libre de default, por primera vez en los últimos 123 años. Esto fue gracias a hacer el ajuste más grande en la historia de la humanidad.
He just broke a 123-year record in Argentina. The first time since 123 years they are having a budget without deficit. This is leadership. This is pure patriotism. When someone puts his foot down to do the job out of national interest, not personal interest, you get results. People are now trooping into Argentina to see how they can invest in the country for the revival of their economy. People are interested to know what is happening in Argentina because they see that the government is genuinely making effort to revive their economy. So you can contrast that to what is happening in Nigeria. People know they are not making effort. Even the IMF already accepted that their policies are not working. So if IMF knows this and they are saying it openly, do you think foreign investor will come here and invest? Besides, we don't even need a foreign investor. We need Nigerian investors to invest first. Yes, it is their country. They need to invest in it, create jobs. And when outsiders see that they are making huge profits, they can say, let's go to Nigeria and invest. The labor is cheap. Every material is there. We invest there and our return on investment will increase and we'll make so much profit. That was how it happened in China, Vietnam, Malaysia, all these Asian tigers. People saw their efforts and they say, let's go here. This is the emerging economy we need to invest in today, not tomorrow, not in 10 years time, not in 20 years time. It is now. If they do it in Nigeria, people will come. All this waste of time, traveling, I want to go and invite also people, I want to sign which deal. No, they will be the ones coming to Nigeria, flooding Abuja, begging for deals. They'll be begging the government to sign. They want to start early. They want to take advantage and be competitive. That's how it works. All this waste of time needs to stop. Kemi is not a problem. If you beautify your home and make it livable, people will troop there to live in that home. That's how it works.